Hello and welcome to the Wolfchase Toyota Insider on the Memphis Tiger Network. I'm Jeff Brightwell alongside Kevin Robinson, and we are underway in the new year in track and field, getting ready to crank back up. But December was a fairly busy month for you, Coach, as you guys went down to Birmingham to get indoor season started. And I know you were really pleased with the way you guys performed, both men and women, down in Birmingham.
Yeah, I think we got off to a pretty good start. You know, it's always going to be difficult to compete that early, but we use that as a training tool. It gives them something to look forward to through a hard fall of training, and you know, get them into a different facility and let them beat up on some other folks for a little while. It's good for them, and it also gives us a glimpse of where they're at before they head back home for the Christmas break, and we know exactly what they have or haven't done when they get back. So it kind of gives us a tool to measure their progress with and keep our finger on their training a little bit.
The meet in Birmingham, the facility in Birmingham, I know is one that you like. You guys have started going down there. It's a fairly new facility, but you guys have been able to get in that a couple of times, so it's something your athletes are comfortable with.
Yeah, I think it's a phenomenal facility. The city of Birmingham has done an incredible job with that, and it's only a 3-hour trip for us, so it's a quick, easy trip. It's a world-class facility, and it's where they host our indoor championships. So the more we can get on that track and get comfortable with it, get confident on it, the better off our team's going to be, and the better we're going to perform when it matters the most on that track.
Coach, let's talk about the meet down in Birmingham. Of course, we've mentioned both the men and women did very well. Let's start off in the women's division. Maya Williamson, a great 800. You had Kayla Funderburg was first in the 400. Laura Toddy did very well on the high jump. That's a few of the athletes. Tell us about those athletes and some of the others that stood out.
Well, you look at Maya's first race. All year she comes out and breaks the school record in the 800. What I think is really interesting about that is the fact that Maya is not an 800-meter runner. She's a 400-meter hurdler. So we use the 800 as a training tool for her primary race outdoor. So if her secondary indoor event is good enough for a school record in her first race of the year, definitely say she's doing something right. She did a great job. She's going to be a force to be reckoned with in whatever event she decides to compete in. Kayla, she opened up really, really well in the 4. She was very dominant in that race. She's way ahead of where she was when she started last year. So we look for some big things from her. Laura had a nice jump in the high jump. I think she finished second overall. I know Sierra finished second in the weight. Rita was right behind her with 3rd place finish. We had a very good showing in the women's vault. Sabrina, who's a sophomore for us, and then Carolina, who's a freshman. I believe they went 2-3. So across the board, you know, the girls did a very, very good job. They competed well, which is what I was looking for primarily. It's the fact that they weren't ready to compete at their very best, but what they did do is they competed with everything they had at the time, and that's what we're really trying to preach to them right now. So great competition, great effort level. Really kind of got them fired up and ready to go for this season.
Is the spring indoor and even the outdoor, once you get to that, the year that you expect the women's program to bust back on the scene? Because when we started doing these shows about four years ago, that was the program you needed to build up. They made a pretty significant jump last year. Is this year, now it seems you got both men and women really rolling very well. Is this the year you expect them to bust out on the scene?
Well, you know, the thing with our women's team is we're still very, very young. Last year we lost one senior. This year we lose 3 or possibly 4, I'm not sure. But I mean, we're very, very young. And we've got more talent on that women's team than we've ever had since I've been a part of it. But the thing I think that is the key to this women's team is the fact that these girls are here for one reason, and that is to compete at their highest level. You know, in the past we've had great athletes, but they weren't necessarily as motivated. Right now we've got a tremendous group of female athletes, and they're very motivated. And yeah, to answer your question, absolutely. We're going to bust out this year, and that women's team is going to do something very special. Last year we were 4th on the women's side at the indoor championships. We're definitely going to improve on that this year. And you know, the sky's the limit for that group right now.
Coach, the men's division, your men's team finished very well down at the meet, performed very well at Birmingham. I know Linwood had a very nice high jump for you. Talk about the men's results.
Well, the guys, you know, I can't say enough good things about them right now. Yeah, we had quite a few great individual performances. Giorgio, who you mentioned, you know, he opened up in the high jump very well. He was beat. The only person that beat him was an Olympian last year, so that's pretty good company. Manuel Ziegler, in his first competition with us, he won the triple jump pretty handily, placed high in the long jump, and he was very disappointed with his performance. A great showing in the men's vault. Austin Crenshaw did a great job, a huge PR, his first indoor competition of the year. Sets him off for a great season. Paul's Pujats, again, a newcomer right behind Austin, did a very nice job. Good performances across the board. You know, we had a freshman hurdler, Aaron Willett, that I believe was second or third in that event. First race over the high hurdles. You know, we put together some very, very nice performances, and it's a strong team, it's a competent team, and I feel they're going to be very competitive this year. You've
got to be pretty excited, both men and women, because I've heard you mention a couple times freshmen. You've got a lot of youth within the program. The freshmen are standing out for you early on, and that's something you don't see very often. The freshmen come out and make that an immediate impact.
Yeah, I mean, we are a young team, but we're a very solid team, and you know, every year we get a little bit better. We put together a very, very good signing class this year. They've already stepped up and done a great job so far. You know, I feel like this team is going to do some great things. Right now, what we've got to do is we've got to stay focused, and we can't get ahead of ourselves. We've got to take care of the job at hand. We've got to take one meet at a time and just continue to grow and build this Tiger program to the best of its ability.
Another thing this program, both men and women, realize is how good they can be in the spring. I know the breaks haven't been as long this year. They're getting out working individually. You said they came back in great shape this year. It's always easier to get that athlete to do that extra work or do the work on their own when they know they're about to take that next step.
Yeah, we brought them back a little early this year. We're going to keep them over spring break this year. We're doing some things a little bit differently. And what I feel is in our benefit this year is that the athletes know that this is a quality program, and they know that we're going to be highly competitive and very successful. So it's much easier for them to stay motivated and stay focused when they know they're part of a winner. And that's what we've got here right now. I know the kids are excited, the coaches are excited, so right now it's a pretty good mix.
We're getting ready now to go up to the Kentucky Invitational. It's the first of two times you're going to go up to Lexington this year. Tell us about that first meet and what your expectations are.
My expectation in the first meet is to knock the rust off. You know, we're just coming off the Christmas break. We got to get back into that competitive mode a little bit. My challenge to the team at this first meet is to compete with everything that we have. I know that we're not going to be at 100% of our potential. However, we need to go in and compete and kind of assert ourselves competitively early so that we can continue to improve throughout the season.
Who else is going to be up there at that Kentucky invite?
I don't know yet. The teams and the field sizes haven't been released yet. Typically, it's a very competitive meet. You'll have a lot of the SEC and Big Ten schools there. It's a 280-meter track, which is an oversized indoor track. So it'll allow us to stretch our legs a little bit, and the curves aren't quite so tight. And it'll be a good experience for us. No matter who's there, we've just got to do what we came there to do. You know, and that's wave that Tiger Nation flag.
There you go. Well, Coach, congratulations on the success down in Birmingham. Best of luck in Kentucky, and I'm sure we'll talk to you later in the spring as well.
Sounds great. Thank you.
That is Kevin Robinson. I'm Jeff Brightwell. This is the Wolfchase Toyota Insider on the Memphis Tiger Network.